first stage was moving everything out of the workshop. So we planned everything, got a whole lot of people, all the friends, everybody. We organised a 20-ton Gallica crane and a rigging crew, and we all arrived early in the morning. And we pushed the pod, which was sitting on the floor anyway, waiting. And we pushed that out the door, and that fitted with about an inch on each side of it. And it rolled outside, and we put that on the truck. And then we lifted the beams down with a forklift, and put them on trolleys on top of polystyrene blocks. We wheeled them outside one at a time, and the two beams and the pod all went onto one 50-foot flatbed. Then we started on the hulls, and the hulls are 52 feet by 4 feet. And we picked them up, we rolled them outside, we rolled the bow just out of the industrial door to the warehouse, about 3 meters out, before the wheels started going down the ramp or falling off the edge of the curb or anything. And then we used a crane to pick the front of the boat out, the bow. So we literally pushed the hulls out with the front being held by the crane and the back on wheels, and twisted it as we went out so we didn't have to knock the wall down. And then when the back wheels got to the lip, we put the front one back down on its cradle and moved the crane back and picked it up in 2 positions. And then we swung it out and up and around and drifted it around in circles and put it on its cradles on the truck. One hull on one truck, great big flatbeds. And then strapped it all down. And then we went in a convoy, the pod and the beams and the hulls were each on their own truck. It was about 5 o'clock rush hour traffic that we drove all the way down to the IMC and into the car park, and we offloaded everything and dumped it all in a great big pile on the tarmac. And that was the end of day 1, moving from the workshop to DIMC to the car park. And then the next day we all came down and we literally put the 2 hulls exactly the right distance apart. And we made the tops level, and we used a hose with water in it and checked the level and the height, and then we lowered the beams into place. And then we put these great big hooks on and winched them together and pulled everything into its solid form, these great big bird's mouth beam things, and the hull would get yanked right up into the corner and held there. And we spent a week epoxy resining up the external joints. We coved it in and glued it, clothed it with 3 layers of biaxial cloth, plus minus 45, and resined it and filled it and faired it and blended it in and primed it and got it all ready for the final spray paint, so it was all in one piece. In the meantime, the pod's sitting on its own over there, and we sprayed that and fitted it and did all the bits and bobs and finally presented that to the package, and the pod was lowered into place, and that was it. And then we got to stage 3.